Hi everyone, it's Jess again. Um, it's been a little bit since I've been back. Um, I this video will be kind of about what I did over Christmas and a conversation that I had with my sister and some thoughts that I wound up having and a conversation that I wound up sharing with her and that I feel like might be important to share with all of you. Um, so my sister came over after Christmas. She had a couple gifts for me and my wife. Um, that's where I got this hat, and she got me and her a bag of cookies as well. Um, this hat she dug out of my grandma's hoard, um, out of the hoarded house that has been there, my entire life. I actually think I remember Grandma buying this hat when I was like 16 or 17 for one of my sisters. Um, and either them misbehaving and not getting it for that reason, or them having too much clothes or too much stuff at the time, so she had to put it away. Um, but when she came over, my sister, and we were talking, I found out that my grandma is in a nursing home. They tried an assisted living, but it didn't go well. Um, so, and that a lot of people have been visiting her and going over to her house and cleaning up when they can, but that they noticed something, and my sister said it to me, and it was something that I knew, but I don't know if I wanted the confirmation, but once I got it, I knew that I needed to do something. Um, it was that she said that everyone noticed that Grandma's hoarding got worse once you left, once you stopped coming around as much. And that was something that I had recognized immediately the moment I started coming back around. Like, even after college, I would visit, and I noticed the house was just more hoarded than it used to be. Um, with, uh, according to my sister, the visits in the nursing home all go about the same. They've been trying different things, but her dementia's gotten to the point where she thinks she's going with you if you are wearing a coat and like put it on, and all she wants to do is go with you. And she is also asking where I am, and or at least about me. I uncertain. The conversation was a little bit ago, and a lot has happened in between. I We didn't talk about it much at the time. Um, we were having a Christmas hangout, playing Mario Party and eating pizza, um, doing some gardening. Uh, but I thought about everything that she told me and the amount that she was frustrated with how grandma was just disappearing in front of her and how she wasn't there anymore. And I remembered all of the things that her and I used to do. And there were a handful that stuck out. And so I told her, I recommended that since I can't go there for reasons that I've stated and others, I I gave my sister just a list of things that we used to do. There was a photo album that was in the house that grandma and I used to look through all the time. And that was one of the things that she really liked to do. And just talk about all the memories that she had through there. That might be something to kind of get her to come back. She also really loved to play Scrabble. She might not have been great at it, but she was better than me. Um, and we always had a good time. And there was one final thing that well, two technically, but one final like action that I told her she could do, and that was to recreate the one thing that grandma and I did pretty much every day. And that was to get a glass of chocolate milk, a plate of buttered toast, and grab the funnies and maybe the Sudoku out of there and do that and read the funnies, eat some buttered toast, and drink some chocolate milk. And so you could put on, I know them as a drug rug, but yeah, I know. She went out to go have fun. Uh, you could put on like a drug rug. They look like just a regular rug, but they're a sweater. I My grandma actually gave me my first one when I was like 12 or 13, maybe 11. It was my uncle's. Um, but I always wore them around, and she would always comment on them. I don't remember what she called them, but it wasn't that for sure. Um, but basically, I gave her everything I could for things that we used to do. Everything, you know, that she would still be able to do in the state she's in to try and get another connection going, to try and carry the torch that I was carrying the whole time because I saw that she was trying and I saw that she wanted to, that she wanted to reconnect, that she wanted to connect with someone who she never really got to know. And I know for my grandma, I don't think it's me that she wants. I think it's how I treated her. Because there's one thing I noticed in my family, and it's not that I treated her differently than anyone, but it's when I was around, I would always get called the names of the favorite children. And my sisters would always get called the names of the really the girls. Um, but my grandma would always call me the favorite two, the oldest two, and my grandpa would always call me the middle two, with a hint of one of the troublemaking girls. Oddly enough, um, he was more all over the place with the names. Kind of makes sense, but grandma was always very particular with hers, and it was always the same two for everyone. And with how at least the one uncle who survived and who I actually know, with how he treats her and how he has always treated her, I I don't think me. It's the treatment that she's missing. And I only hope that my sister can get through to her and show her that it wasn't just me who is able to do that for her. And I hope that everyone else there can get through to her in some way too.